Hi, I am Dini. I'm the chief storyteller here in Bravo, and this is Lobby.
I am Nemo, and I am your art inspirer. Welcome to Superpower Me, My Story Matters.
Nemo, do you know how big your brain is?
Not really.
You hold your two fists together. And this is how big my brain is.
And this is how big my brain is.
Do you want to give it a try?
As you would have guessed, we are learning all about our brains today. In Brainbow, we believe that you should learn about yourself first, so there will be self-awareness and self-love.
Brains are kind of complicated, but they are fabulous. There are many things about it that scientists still haven't figured it out. There are lots of different parts in a brain. A thinking part, a listening part, a memory part, a feelings part, and many more.
Let's print out the colorful neurons of our brains using aluminum printing technique. Dilute the paint and paint one side of the foil. What are neurons? We have 85 to 100 billion very small building blocks called neurons, which are brain cells. Being able to do something well depends on the connections between neurons inside the different parts and between the different parts. You can actually design your brain to be the best brain for you. Brains can change, and you're the superstar who can change it. Let's draw some lines to represent the brain gyri or folds using cotton tip. Then, quickly place the brain sketch printout. Not knowing what you will get might cause you to be anxious. Breathe it out and tell yourself that you can always try this technique again later. Let's learn and grow. Cut it out once the paint has dried. Paste brain on black paper.
Pretend this hand is a brain. Imagine that the palm of the hand to the wrist is the part of the brain that is called the primitive brain. The primitive brain controls the body's automatic functions.
Brainstem controls your involuntary movements like breathing, heartbeat, digestion. Our body does without us thinking about it.
You're right. The cerebrum, the largest part of the brain, of the human brain, consists of two cerebral hemispheres. This part of the brain makes us unique. It helps you think, speak, and listen.
Let's make a mini accordion book to represent all the things we love to learn. Hold your paper horizontally, then fold your paper into half 3 times. Now open two folds. You will be left with one fold. Hold your paper vertically and draw a line at the part where it is folded. Cut along the line. Fold the paper and bring them together to the middle. You will notice a plus sign. You have a book. Paste the red felt in the front part of the book to form the book cover. Draw out all the things you love to learn.
Each of these hemispheres are further divided into 4 lobes. Let's talk about 2 of them.
Which one should I choose?
Nemo, it's been 20 minutes and you still can't decide which t-shirt you want to wear today.
Okay, I choose blue.
The frontal lobes are the largest lobes, the outer part of the brain which grows once you come out of your mother's womb. Is shaped by experiences that you have. The front part of it is called the cortex, the frontal cortex. It allows you to think and reflect. The blue shirt looks good with you. Do you want to go with that?
A potato!
A potato reminds us of Mr. Potato. The parietal lobes are located behind the frontal lobes. They are involved in organizing and interpreting sensory information in your brain.
Our 5 senses. Let's make our Mr. Potato. Eyes to see you better with. Nose to smell you better with. Ears to hear you better with. Hands and legs to run and catch you. Mouth to eat you. Using a black marker pen, draw a silhouette that represents people dancing or running to show movement, then color it completely black. Cerebellum here looks like a pile of spaghetti. It's very important for movement control, helps your muscle coordinate, and timing your movement and balance so you can jog, run, and catch a ball.
Our brains are incredible and it helps us experience the world through our senses, feelings, and action. This is all wonderful. But sometimes our brain can cause some trouble when we get super angry or anxious. When we experience these emotions with intensity, we then temporarily lose control of our actions. And this is called flipping the lid.
These reactions are perfectly normal and were designed to keep us safe from danger. However, when we experience such strong emotions, we are not always in danger. Many times, this results in acting without thinking, which can get you in trouble or result in being more upset.
There are three main parts of the brain that are involved and impacted when we experience intense emotion.
The prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain helps us to make smart decisions. It is the part of the brain that helps you think before you act. When this part of the brain is in control, you feel calm, safe, and relaxed. It continues to grow till you are about 25 years old. You can attach the decision-making signboard over here.
The hippocampus or memory elephant. This part of the brain helps us to remember things. It saves both new and old memories and helps us to learn. It can help us to decide what to do next based on our past experience.
On the small circle cutout paper, draw a web search icon using black marker pen. Paste the colored string as a spiral line. Paste the web search in the middle part of the spiral line. Attach camera sticker and paste on filament paper to represent memories. Hippocampus helps us to store and find memories. The hippocampus is also where short-term memories are turned into long-term memories. These are then stored elsewhere in the brain, similar to our computer. Let's mold clay to form monkey in the brain. Form body, head, and ears. then arm, legs, and tail. Use peach clay on the head to form the face and the mouth. Add on ears, tummy, feet, and hands. The amygdala or monkey. This part of the brain helps us to feel emotions. It helps to keep you safe and guards against things that could hurt you. It tells you to fight, flight, or freeze when it senses danger.
Our brains are perfectly designed to keep us safe and away from danger. This is biologically necessary because we need to be able to sense when danger is near and get to safety as soon as possible. When in danger, the amygdala sends messages to our nervous system and releases adrenaline that kicks in, causes our fight, flight, or freeze responses to take over.
However, sometimes there is no real danger, but our brain doesn't know that. It just senses stress and distress and acts right away. Our monkey, the amygdala, jumps and screams and sends a signal even when we are not in danger. The noise makes our prefrontal cortex alert as well. When we do this with our hands, We look at it as flipping the lid. This puts us into fight, flight, or freeze. You can imagine that this doesn't always lead to rational or helpful choices.
Here are some examples of what flipping the lid could look like. Not being able to find your backpack when you're leaving for school and yelling at a family member. Taking a test and first question is super hard and you get into a panic state and forget everything you studied. Something belonging to you got stolen, but do not feel brave to tell your parents as you feel that they will blame you.
We are going to use our hand to make the model of your brain. Hold up your hand like this, and we start with our wrist and palm. This represents the brainstem. Now fold your thumb into your palm, just like this. Your thumb represents the amygdala. Now wrap your fingers over your thumb to make a fist. And these fingers represent our upper brain. Back here is our cerebellum. And on the front, we have the prefrontal cortex, which helps us make smart decisions.
We call the animal part of our brain monkey here in Rainbow. This is Amy.
You can call your animal part of the brain whatever you want. Amy, when she gets scared or stressed out and she really has big feelings, and she's going to do one of these three things. Think about what an animal does when it gets scared or stressed out.
He might run away.
Flight.
He might bite or attack or yell.
That is fight.
He might do nothing out of fear, feel helpless.
That's freeze.
Paste the shield and panic button next to the monkey to represent the fight, flight, and freeze. Let's create a wheel of emotions. Paste the emojis and decorate the pointer. Insert the brass fastener in the middle of the wheel. Apply glue around the edge of the back part of the wheel and glue it down. Paste light bulb to celebrate creativity. Bravo! In completing this artwork, you are officially a neuroscientist.
Kindly take out this pack from your box. You will find a piece of paper.
Turn to the side that reads Personal Power. If you scan this QR code, you will be able to download this worksheet. You can also do it on your device directly.
Your brain is like a house with an upstairs and a downstairs. Our brains work best when the upstairs part and the downstairs part work together. Imagine that the stairs connecting upstairs and downstairs are very busy with characters carrying messages up and down to each other. This is what helps us make good choices, make good friends, and get along with other people. Come up with exciting games to play, calm ourselves down, and get ourselves out of sticky situations.
That's the good part. Sometimes the downstairs brain spots some danger. Or he panics before we know where we are. Amy has sounded the alarm, telling your body to be prepared for danger. The downstairs brain then flips the lid on the upstairs brain. This means that the stairs that normally allows the upstairs and downstairs to work together are no longer connected. To make you feel better, let me tell you a secret. Everyone flips their lid.
Even grown-ups too? Have you ever seen your dad or mom lay on the floor in the supermarket screaming that they want chocolate buttons?
Not in that way, but flipping your lid keeps you safe even when you say yes to a friend who offered to take you somewhere without your parents' knowledge. Never say yes to that. Or if a stranger on the internet asks you to meet them in person or send you some personal photographs. That is where Amy comes to keep you safe.
What do you do when you flip your lid? I use my louder voice. I say no. I want to hit something hard. I choose a pillow. This is where the thinking part of the brain can tell you what your animal brain needs. A hug, deep breathing, alone time, and playtime.
Using the language of the brain house allows you to talk more freely about your mistakes. It's non-judgmental, playful, and can be talked about as being separately externalized from you.
The monkey in the brain loves showers, and that's what I will do when I go home today. So I will be able to use my upstairs brain to communicate with my family members. Else, when my body is tired, my downstairs brain think it needs to protect me and I become shouty.
Remember, if you can name it, then you can tame it.
Till we see you again in our next project. Bye from us.
Bye!